Why is it that some people are super successful and some people do okay and others just don't or not bothered? I believe you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Why are you here? Why are you listening to this presentation? Why are you watching this video? Most people are watching this video because they're coming onto my training course and this is the pre-watch before my training starts. Others might be just here watching it. But why are you here? Most people come to my attended courses because they want to make more money. But I believe just wanting to make more money isn't how to make money. I believe the secret to success is to find your vision, to find and know what your goals are, to find your passion, to find your life's purpose, okay? To discover your vision, and most of all, to know your why. The rest will follow. I'd like to talk to you about this whole thing, the whole why thing, and why is it that my millionaire clients all know then why. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I came across this. I've been teaching this stuff for 15 years now. And Arnold, when I saw this, I thought that's it, he's nailed it. So take a watch of this. It's on for about 6 or 7 minutes. And then I'm going to continue with the really important stuff. So find your vision. Never think small. Ignore the naysayers. There's always going to be somebody who says you can't do that, or you're never going to make it, or it's the crabs in the bucket thing pulling you back in. Work your ass off. None of my millionaire clients work less than 60-hour weeks. It just doesn't happen. If you want to be a millionaire, you are going to have to work your ass off. And then when you become successful, you'll be in a position to be able to give back. Find your vision, never think small, ignore the naysayers, work your ass off and give back. So my financial freedom and millionaire formula that I've been teaching for many years, and it took me a long time to discover this, and it's only after I interviewed many of my millionaire clients to find out what's the difference about them. Why are some people happy to get to financial freedom and then they stop, but others just smash through it and go on to become millionaires and multimillionaires? I believe it is all about knowing your why. It all starts from that point. Then we can work out how much you need for your why. Then we can create a business plan. Obviously, creating a business plan around the strategies that I teach. And finally, what things do we need to do on a day-to-day basis where we can diarise it, so we do the same things every week if we have to, in order to make the business plan work, in order for it to work and then give you the cash, however much it is you need for your why, for your life's purpose to start happening. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to start off in stages. I call them horizons. I'll get to that in a minute. So, our program, for those of you that are on it, starts here. It starts now, and it starts by you understanding the following. Why is it that 90% of people do not have a life they really want? Well, simple. The number one reason why people don't have the life they really want is because they don't know what they really want. That's why it's so important that you actually understand and know what your why is. What is your life's purpose? Because the solution to becoming wealthy actually starts with knowing your why. So, the first step in my Property Millionaire and Financial Freedom formula, by no coincidence, is to know your why. Now, when I ask the question, why are you here? And people say to become wealthy because they want to make more money. I actually say to them, why is it that you want to make more money? Why? What's the point behind it? What is your real why? Once you know it, and I'm going to explain in a little while, you can leverage the why button to motivate you. Who's ever had a bad day? When you have, and you've created a vision board, why not go and have a look at the vision board if you're having a bad day? Because it will very soon help you to pick yourself up, brush yourself down and move forward. Forget whatever's going on and just move forward. That's what it's for. You know, I've taken my vision board a little bit further, and I have actually got the people that ring me the most. I've got different pictures off my vision board that when they phone me, it gets thrown in my face. Okay, now does this stuff work? Well, we'll have a look at it. If you want to watch a 30-minute version of The Secret, it will give you the reason kind of behind how having a vision board makes things happen. Personally, I used to think that was a load of old whatever. Okay? How could looking at pictures of things actually make them appear and come to life? Now, quantum physics tells us that nothing that is observed is unaffected by the observer. Now, let me say that one more time. Nothing that is observed is unaffected by the observer. Okay? That statement from science holds an enormous and very powerful insight. It means that everyone sees a different truth because everyone is creating what they see. Let me say that one more time. Everyone is creating what they see. Okay? So there's me thinking, what a load of rubbish. How could this possibly be? How could looking at pictures of things, or vision boards or wherever they are, ever work? And I was in my 20s, I met somebody, he was a multi-millionaire. He'd sold his photocopy business out for quite a substantial, it's like £3 or £4 million, which is going right back a long time ago. And I managed to get to a network event and sat on the table next to him. And I said, tell me, what is the secret of your success? How have you done what you've done? And he said, Glenn, it's quite simple. I've got the pictures of the things I want in my life on the ceiling above my bed. Every time I wake up, I look at the ceiling. While I'm going to sleep, I look at the ceiling. When I'm sleeping, I'm pretty sure I come up with solutions and ways to make it happen. Also, every time my day's going on, by thinking of these things, it makes me work that much harder. If you have a to-do list, you do 1 or 2 more things or 4 or 5 more things on your to-do list than you would have if you hadn't have looked at your vision board. Now, over a period of years, that accumulates into something quite special. So anyway, I took that on board. I went home a couple of days later, I went out drinking with a few of my friends, and we decided that it was a total load of old tosh. How could looking at pictures of things actually make them happen? It was about 10 years after that when I went to a wedding, a friend's wedding, and I found out that one of his guests was a billionaire. So I'm like, get me on his table. I want to be on his table, get me on his table. And there I was. So sitting next to him, tell me everything that you can tell me. I want to be a billionaire. Tell me what I've got to do. Tell me everything. He went, Glenn, I'll tell you one thing. Most important thing, I believe, when you have several different businesses, is to have each different business with a different bank. Therefore, if one of your business starts failing for any reason, the bank isn't going to close all of your accounts or, take away the funding from all the accounts. 4 different businesses, 4 different banks, you'll be cool. So I thought that was really good, and I took that on board, and I've run that ever since. Now, then he said, I have pictures of the things I want in my life on my fridge, and I believe that that is a very important part of how I've got to where I am. So I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I'll go to my fridge. Whenever I go to my fridge, I see the pictures of the things I want in my life. So there I am again. We finished the wedding. A few days later, maybe a week later, I'm drinking with my friends. Going, do you know what? We met that multi-millionaire I met that multi-millionaire and he told me the picture of things give you the things. Then I met a billionaire and he said exactly the same. What a load of... Hang on. Wait a minute. Maybe, just maybe, they know something that me and my poor mates didn't know. So at that particular moment, I made a conscious decision to try it. So if you're sitting there thinking, vision boards, what a load of rubbish, why would you spend so much time on your training, on actually understanding your why? What's that all about? I can tell you from that day in my life, everything changed. Make sure you create yourself a vision board. They are really important, okay? As I said, if you have a bad day, take 5 minutes to look at your vision board. It will get you motivated. Every day you look at your vision board, it will get you working that much harder on the things that you need to do, the daily actions. You'll do 5, 6, 7, 8 more actions than what you would have done off your to-do list, cross, cross, cross. So, what is it? What's the science behind this? What influences your thoughts? Well, have you ever wondered what the neurological influences that determine what you will and what you won't do today? Because you can be, you can do, and you can have whatever you want if you know how. But the truth is, most people have no idea of what motivates them. It's that motivation, okay, that provokes the behaviour or inspires the action. Looking at your to-do list inspires you into action on a daily basis. And then once you've got the hang of it, you will have your hands firmly on the steering wheel of your life. And you will be influencing your actions every day. Clarity gives you the power, and the power gives you the ability to do or act. So, are you clear on what you really want? What is your why? Now, just to help you, because I don't like fluffy, cloudy, woolly, rubbishy whys like I want to be financially free. That's not why. Why do you want to be financially free? It's not like I want more money in my bank account. Why do you want more money in a bank account? What are you going to do with it? It's not even I want to spend more time with the family. It's what am I going to spend more time with the family doing? So get it into something that you can put into a picture, and then it will be less woolly, less fluffy. So, a lot of whys are more time with the family, maybe on holidays, maybe just a special hour time with the family every day. Travel, maybe first class travel. School fees is quite an important one that many people say to me, look Glenn, I need to get this sorted, I need to be in a position in a few years' time to pay private school fees for my kids. Maybe, like me, you like exotic supercars, designer clothes, nice watches, and for the ladies, the handbags, maybe some of the many. Maybe you just want to upgrade your family home. Maybe you'd like to have a villa abroad for holidays, more time with the family at your own villa. Many people actually say they want a better retirement, and I don't know of anyone who doesn't want to. And then to be able to give away. So that's the most common whys. Okay? So, how bad is your burn? How bad do you want to be super successful? Are you going to do what it takes? So, make sure you write down your why and you create yourself a vision board, having all the pictures of the things you want on there. Our program is for 18 months. So, we look at a 2-step plan. The first stage is to become financially free so you can give up your day job. Once you've given up your day job, that's going to give you more time to concentrate on your property business. So it's always a 2-tier. So some people, it's 3-4 grand a month. That's cool. We can get you there in 6 months on average. And around 50% of my students that come on my program actually achieve that. And you're moving on from there ain't going to happen in 18 months, but 1 in 30 of my students go on to become millionaires. That normally takes between 3 and 5 years if you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. The horizons is really important. Now, understand the first 18 months, if you look at the horizons, if you look at them like little mountaintops getting higher and higher and higher, once you achieve the first one, you get a victory under your belt and you move on to the second one. That victory is captivating. Other people start believing in you, you start believing in you. If you aim far, far up high here, and you get bewildered and you don't know what the first step to take is. But have horizons. So we're going to work on, in our program, 18-month horizon. Okay, what is possible to achieve in 18 months? That you're going to find out over the next few days. Okay, but certainly earning £100,000 out of one deal and getting some properties under your belt that give you income is totally achievable, depending on where you're starting. Now, from a horizons point of view, I also think that while you're striving for something, while you're striving for the next level, it gives you fulfillment. Okay? Whenever I've done our goal setting thing, which we do once a year, we decide, when we ask the question, it's a really important question, how much is enough? How much is enough? And the answer to that question is the next level. Okay? Whatever level you're at, how much enough is the next level. So horizons, and having that fulfillment of aiming for the target and achieving it, then moving on to the next one. Maybe that's what gives you the Ferrari, maybe that's what gives you the holidays, whatever it is that's you, that next horizon is another step in the right direction. Financial freedom has always got to be the first one, and then like Rich Dad Poor Dad says, what we do from there, we use our investment pot to buy property, no money down, or recycling it, increase the cash flow, and use the cash flow to buy the things that we want in our life, the horizons. Now, what happens if you're not aiming for something? So like wealthy kids, from a wealthy family, quite often they have no fulfillment in their life, so they turn to drugs and stuff because they've got nothing on. I've met, very fortunately, 2 Olympic gold medal winners, and both of them said one thing to me. They said, Glenn, look, we've spent 10 years working towards this goal, training every single day, sometimes 2-3 times a day. Even on Christmas Day, because that might give us the edge that it takes. And that goes on and on for 10 years, and finally they're on the podium, they've won the medal, amazing. And then they both said that they got hit with a huge anticlimax straight after that. Now we don't want that to happen to us, that's why we're chasing the next level, the next level, the next level. Some people are content with financial freedom. Some of you want to go and smash it and become millionaires. That, whatever level you want to reach, I can help you. Just remember, horizons are important. So that all comes from the expression, a man's reach should far outstretch his grasp, or what's a heaven for. So once we have our 2 numbers, okay, so when we know what it is that we're trying to achieve in that 18 months, the first figure is the number we need per month for financial freedom. The second one is to pay for the Ferrari or the school fees or whatever it was. But the 18 month, maybe there's 3 or 4 or 5 things you might be able to achieve in the 18 months, but you know the figure. So we need to know our 2 figures to move on. So how do we then take that and make your why happen? How can we turn your dreams into your reality? Obviously, to get from where you are now to where you want to go, you need a system, a strategy, a plan. And that's where most people fall apart, where things go wrong, because they don't know what the first thing to do. We want to become a property millionaire. Oh, great. What do I do next? What's my first step? Because they've never learned how. Because you don't know what you don't know. So for those of you that are watching this as a pre-qualified to come on our training, which will probably be starting in the next day or two if you're booked on, and you're watching it because you're booked on. The thing is, you will know what you need to know by the end of the trainings. People, the first action to take, they don't know what action to take, they've never learned how. You don't know what you don't know. They don't have all the correct knowledge, skills, or correct step-by-step system with which to create and build, that new abundant life. And instead of doing something correctly, they either do something wrong or they do nothing. I'm going to stop all that, okay? But it's very important you know your why. You know your life's purpose. Once you know what it is, we can work through my system and I can make sure that you are taking the correct daily actions to make your why happen for you. Results come from taking the correct actions that are taught and guided by someone who's already achieved what you want to achieve. Once you're able to take one single correct and guided step, the first action, everything will change. Everything. Okay? You'll start reaching your little targets. Everyone will be going, wow, and you feel better for yourself. I can show you how and work with you to make this happen for you. So, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I know there's far more chance of you succeeding with my help. No matter what level you're at, I know with my help, I can help you succeed in a better way than if you try and do things yourself. Now, whether you think you're right or you're wrong, all comes from the subconscious mind. We are back to this quantum physics stuff. Also, it's all about how much pride, effort, heart you put into things. I'd like you to just watch this video. So, make sure you challenge yourself to be the best that you can. I've got a contract, if you're on my training, for you to sign with yourself. Contract, I'm going to read it for you because if you're not on our program, it actually says, contract with myself, I will never give up. I will always be the best I can. I'll always be caught in the act of excellence. I'll always show up early. I will aim high and miss rather than aim low and hit. I will not be average. How I do one thing is how I do everything. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it right. My strategies, when followed properly, will change your life and your family's lives forever. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. That is totally true. Start off with your why. I am very much looking forward to helping you achieve your life's purpose.